Hello guys and welcome to the Chasing Pack here with Liverpool, and it just got a little bit warmer again, so I'm not on the green screen, so I do apologise, but I'm sure you guys aren't too fussed about that. As you can see, the Champions League has been drawn, yes, so we're going to go through the groups to show you where the teams line up in this year's competition. We of course are the holders, yes, and as you'll see just up, I don't know if you can see it, but just here it says that it's going to be Barcelona's stadium is where the final is going to be held this year, so I'm sure they're going to be going gung-ho to get back to the final, because obviously we beat them in last year's final, didn't we? And yeah, I'm sure they'll want to play in their home stadium. So Mr. Jurgen Klopp, if he's still the manager by the time that comes around, which I'm sure he will be wanting to get his side there. Will we be facing them in the final? Will they get to the final? Who knows? That's what we're going to find out in this year's competition, aren't we? But here we go then. A fairly interesting Group A, as you can see. Lazio, Benfica, Shakhtar and Legia Warsaw. Probably from all the other groups, I would probably say this is one of the weirdest ones and kind of like the easiest ones as well, you know what I mean, in the sense that these teams, I wouldn't have thought any of these are going to win the Champions League, is what I'm basically saying. But there we go. Well, let's move on to Group B. This is Arsenal's group, and they are in with Real Madrid, FC Porto and CSK Moscow. Probably one of the toughest group, if not the toughest group in this year's competition. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm not sure where Porto and CSK are in this, years of 2024, whether they're at the same levels as what they have been in the past and kind of what they are at the moment, you know what I mean? But yeah, Real Madrid obviously going to be favourites to come out of that group. Arsenal will hope to follow them in second place, but who knows? They might win the group. They might not go through as well. We'll find out. Here's Group C now. Atletico Madrid, Bayern, Tottenham. Yes, as you can see, Tottenham going into this one not as a high seed. No, they're going as a third seed team. So a very tough group for them, with Lille finishing off that group. Yeah, this is another, like I say, there are a few tough groups that have come from this year. So this one is going to be a toughie for Tottenham maybe to get through. They've got Bayern and Atletico, and Lille, you can't maybe rule them out. They could maybe cause some upsets. Who knows? What the French side are at, quality wise, I'm not entirely sure. But let's move on to D. Here is Group D, and like I say, tough groups and stuff. Barcelona, Lyon, Borussia Dortmund and Wolves, because Wolves are going into this one as a fourth place side, and that is going to be a very, very tricky group for Wolves to get themselves out of that group. As you can see, like I say, there's some tough groups in this competition, and yeah, this one's going to be a very interesting group to see who gets through. And yeah, Barcelona are going to play at their best if they want to get to to their stadium for the final. Group E is our group. Yes, it's our group, with Juventus, Real Sociedad and Zulut Waregem. That's also in here as well. I would say it's us and Juventus. We've got a fairly sort of middle of the road kind of group. It's not too easy, it's not too bad, you know what I mean? I don't think Sociedad and Zulut are going to cause us too much problems. So I think it's just a case of fighting with Juventus to see who finishes in top spot in that particular group. Group F, here with RB Leipzig, Celtic, Vitesse Arnhem and FC Copenhagen are in this one. Celtic, yeah, they've got a good chance of progressing, I would say, from this one. Again, it's very similar to Group A in regards to quality and stuff like that. And yeah, we'll see how that one pans out. G is with PSG and Inter, Fenerbahce and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, yeah, you'd say PSG, yeah, are probably that step up above the other three. So I think it's really a case of the other three fighting for that second spot in that group. And then finally, to round things off, it is Group H with Napoli, Bayer Leverkusen, Sporting, and then PAOK. Yeah, I think it's again, well, I don't know, I'm saying Napoli, you never know, but yeah, I think Sporting, no disrespect to PAOK, but I think Sporting and Leverkusen will be going to be fighting for second spot. But there we go, that is the groups for this year's particular competition. And yeah, we'll see obviously how that plans out. We are going to have one of those particular games in today's episode, guys. That is how we're going to be doing, and I'll show you some of the other matches that have already taken place. So as you can see, it's going to be Real Sociedad is going to be the first game in the competition, and we're going to be facing Leicester in the Premier League beforehand. But as you can see, from that awful, well not awful, but that disappointment of defeat against Chelsea, we bounced back against Tottenham and Brentford with 2-0 results in both of those games. So yeah, not too bad regarding that. As for our place in the Premier League, 5 games in, and we're sitting 5th. Yeah, it's very interesting. As you can see, Bournemouth, Villa and Brentford are all ahead of us, which is bizarre, but that's where we are, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But yeah, it's Arsenal are leading the way. They've yet to pick up a loss, so they could maybe do one of their invincible seasons. But yeah, we've just got that one loss, obviously, to Chelsea. That sits us a couple of points behind Arsenal, but it is still early stages. But it's not. Arsenal fans will be very happy that they're sitting on top at the particular moment. Down at the bottom, you'd expect probably the 3 that are down there, to be fair, to be probably going down. City, Bristol City, that is, Derby, and then West Brom. You probably say, yeah, who knows? Manchester United were down there, weren't they? But they've not pulled away massively. They've only picked up one result. When I say a result, an actual win. Everton also down there as well, and it'll be interesting to see, if they can, sort things out, because Frank de Boer is, I don't say he's on borrowed time, but I think he needs to make a bit of more of an impact. He's not set the world on fire right now. Whereas Manchester City's new boss doing fairly well in 6th spot there, sort of thing. So we started things off a lot better as the Turkish manager there. But anyway, guys, yeah, back to today, and we're going to be kicking things off against 7th place Leicester, and yeah, we do have a game. We do actually have a game in hand over Arsenal, so we could actually go ahead of them, thinking about it, if we beat Leicester. Yeah, my eyes there were not slightly adjusted, but yeah, I've just noticed that if we actually do beat Leicester, we will jump above Arsenal. So yeah, Arsenal can have that for the moment. Hopefully we do beat Leicester. We're at Anfield, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we do so. But Leicester, yeah, they're going to be a fairly tough side, I reckon. Who's the manager there? Robbie Nielsen is the manager of Leicester. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes right now. So here are the 2 lineups. And as you can see, Leicester going very defensively with this one, where they're sitting, 2 players very deep there in front of those back 4. So it's kind of making it a bit of more of a back 6, isn't it, really? But we're welcoming old boy Ryan Brewster back to the club. So I'm sure he's going to want to impress in the fact that he's probably want to try and turn around and say that we should not have let him go. He's up against an Everton striker in Calvert-Lewin. So yeah, Liverpool and Everton are coming at us, in this particular one. Leicester have still kept a few of their players. They've also they've got Wan-Bissaka in there, which is an interesting one. But they have got Barnes is there, Chilwell's still there, so Unchu is still there, and Didi still there, sort of thing. So they've still kept a fair few players, you know what I mean. So it's going to be an interesting game, this one. I'm sure. We've got Alisson in goal for us, though. Our back line is Trent, Gomez, Lowen and Robertson. We've got Jordan Henderson captain in the side alongside Montoya Hernandez, going to get the young player that's looking fairly good. He's going to come against the experienced Jordan, and I'm sure Jordan will help him through that midfield. Thiago Almada is going to play in the cam. Asensio, Anthony are the wingers, and then Lautaro Martinez is going to lead things up top. Right, here we go then. Let's continue our winning ways. Like I say, we've just beaten Tottenham and Brentford in the league. Let's make it 3 in a row, shall we? So I think it's the first time you've seen Anfield, but if you're wondering what's going on in those corners, we've got obviously the building work going on, so that's the way that the game is showing scaffolding by the looks of it. So if those corners, when you see them, look a bit weird, it's only because we've got the expansion to the stadium, haven't we? So that is why those corners looking a little bit strange with that sort of brickwork and stuff that's going on over there. But we won't have that completed until the end of the season. But back to the game, and Lautaro Martinez has got us off to a fantastic start, or has he? No, the referee has pulled this one back for an offside. Where is this? We're not even going to see the line. Wow, oh, there it is there. Right, well, we didn't, not brilliant camera work there, was it? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Latoro offside. I thought we got off to a good start, but unfortunately, no. Corner ball then put in here. Chance for Joe Gomez at the far post, but unfortunately, it spins over the bar. And back with Joe Gomez here. He plays a free kick here into Hernandez. Back out here to Trent. Trent down the line to find Anthony. He's going to go with the overlap, but Anthony's going to cut this back inside to Montoya Hernandez. Hamada now flips this one out here to Andy Robertson, who's managed to get himself into the Leicester box here. And this time, Latoro, this one does count. It's his 4th of the season. The goal machine continues. Yeah, which is kind of weird considering when I first took over, wasn't it? I was looking to get rid of him. But yeah, maybe I should say that about other players. And they'll like, you know, massively like, you know, do really well and win Ballon d'Ors and stuff like that. But there we go. Yeah, Latoro on the score sheet for his 4th of the season. So we go into the break, and not much goal action in that first half. As you can see, 8 shots we did have, only 2 on target though, which is, I'm not sure, does it count? I don't think it counts the one that was offside. I think it gets ruled out, doesn't it? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, obviously the one that does count is the scoreline at the top of the screen there, 1-0. But yeah, Leicester not really, I mean, we've seen from their formation, they weren't really going for this in an attacking sense. They might change things, obviously, in the second half now that they are like trailing, but we need to do a lot better in front. I mean, I know it is early stages in the season, but we can't keep using that as an excuse. We need to, like, you know, buck our ideas up and get a lot better. So a free kick here for Leicester in the start of the second half as Ronnie Lopez is over this one. We need to be worried. Oh, we're going to say we need to worry for the back post, but he actually went for it, but it hit the side netting. So we're about 70 minutes into the game, and our couple of wingers, Anthony and Asensio, which is getting them words out, aren't playing particularly well. So I'm going to look to, like, you know, change that with, like, Lamar and Mbappe are going to come in off the bench now. We've got a throw in on the far side. The rain's getting a little bit heavier now as well, so that could cause some issues. Here is Montoya Hernandez, knocks it back here to Lowen under a little bit of pressure. Back to Gomez. Gomez now flipping this out to his right hand side. Finds Trent. Trent knocks it inside. Here is Hernandez, lays it down. Nice play by Mbappe. Finds Trent, puts it into the box. Great opportunity. Jordan Henderson with a superb strike there. Like, really catches hold of that one, doesn't he? And the captain there, who won't get as much game time this season, just shows, like, you know what I mean, that he's still got something in his locker when it comes to it. Great, like, sort of like build-up play here between Mbappe, Hernandez and Trent. Plays it in, headed out initially, and what a catch that is on the volley from Jordan. Nice bit of sort of, like, you know, composure as he hits that one. So we're into the dying few minutes now of the game as Thomas Lamar picks this one up as he tries to get down the line, but he's had to cut inside here. Just flicks it on the outside. Mbappe heads it in. Chance there, but Sessegnon gets there and heads it out for a corner. So we've still got some bit of action here towards the end of the game as Trent puts this one into the far post. Joe Gomez coming in, but Pavlenka does get hold of this one. So, a chance for Leicester, maybe. And like I say, it's still not over this game. Sessegnon knocks it back here to Ndidi, and that is the final whistle. So, there we go. A 2-0 result. And we played a lot better in the second half. But again, you know, the shots on target ratio wasn't brilliant. Leicester, yeah, maybe just the wrong attitude. I think they were looking maybe for I don't know, maybe a 0-0. I'm not entirely sure with the formation that they set up. It just didn't work for them, did it? And as for Ryan Brewster, I didn't see him touch the ball once, like, you know what I mean? So he didn't come back to haunt us there. So maybe it was the right decision to let him go. So, with that win, that boosts our confidence going into our opening Champions League game against Sociedad. And yeah, let's see if we can start that campaign off with a win. So here are the two lineups going into this one as we travel to Spain. We've got Alisson in goal. We've got Nico Williams, Joe Gomez, Luis Felipe and Elias Mendez are going to be playing as the back four. Declan Rice going to partner Ruben Neves in the middle. We've got Thiago Almada is going to play in the cam. Lamar, Anthony are our two wingers, and then Bobby is going to lead the line. Real Sociedad got some interesting players. Bernardo Silva, yeah, can't stand that player for the way that he, like, you know, acts towards like Liverpool in real life, but hopefully we can get one over on him today. They've also got Llorente here, Justin Kluivert. They've also, if you look on the bench, Michi Batshuayi, I should say. Interesting. They could cause us some issues. Hopefully they won't. But let's see how this one goes. So we've got a throw in on the far side. We've got the rain in Spain as well, as Lamar now plays it here to Mendes, getting our first real sort of like look at him. Played out here. Nico Williams is like quick to like, pick that one out and lays it here to Anthony. Anthony now plays this one back out to the left hand side as Mendes now has worked his way into the box. There's a chance here for Lamar. It's still not gone in. I think that's going to be called now maybe for an offside. So throw in as Mendes throws it down the line here to Almada. Almada looking to work his way into the middle now, but flips the ball to the right, but it's defended well, and there's a chance for maybe a bit of a counter-attack as Borja now surges forward for them. Lays it off here to Bernardo Silva, and I thought he was going to cause us a huge problem there, but it wasn't to be. Throw in now for Real Sociedad, but now it's been taken off them by Lamar. Plays it forward, Bobby Firmino now. Takes it down, going to maybe hold this up. No, he's actually going to go all himself, and it's going to come to Anthony. Oh, what a save that is from their goalkeeper to keep them in the game. So we come to half-time, and maybe me playing a weakened side wasn't maybe the right call, because we're finding it very difficult to break down this side here. Changes maybe might be needed. I'll give him another 10 minutes or so in this second half, but at the moment things aren't playing particularly well. So, second half, Ruben Neves standing over this free kick as he just drifts that one in. Bobby gets the head on it, but their goalkeeper, hopefully he's not going to have a good game as what like Chelsea's goalkeeper does, but it was, if anything, to go by that save that he made in that first half, it's not looking good as Nico Williams now looks to like start things off from the back here as Almada now has managed to get himself through one-on-one, and that keeper, yeah, he's having one of them games, isn't he? Yeah, he's trying to maybe look for a bigger club maybe with like performances like this, but it's come here to Mendes now. What can he do? Can he get the ball to anyone? He's found Lamar. Lamar now has managed to find that bottom corner. I thought the angle was a little bit off, but no, he found the angle nicely and it drifts that ball into that bottom corner, and we have now taken the lead as Thomas Lamar gets his first goal of the season. Nice ball in here from Mendes to pick him out. He just waited, and yeah, nicely finished there by Thomas. So I did say I was going to wait a few moments before making some changes. As you can see, Bobby's not having the best of games. 6.2, that's pretty poor. Also, to go along with that one, we've got Declan Rice and Ruben Neves in the midfield, not having the best of games. So a few changes like required here. So the young Frenchman is going to get his run out here, I think we'll just make one change in the midfield to be honest, and I think it's going to be Jordan that's going to come on for Declan. Ruben Neves standing over this free kick. Chance here, and there. No, it's not. It's offside. Had to look up there. It's saying it's an own goal, is it? Oh, actually, no, it is counting. I was looking up to see, but I think it has actually counted because it wasn't showing a goalkeeper, not a goalkeeper, a goal scorer. But I think that's a bit harsh on the goalkeeper to be classed as an own goal. Is it? Yeah. He got a hand to it. I mean, that's what a goalkeeper should do. How has that even gone down as an own goal? I do not know, but he got best performer for them. As you can see, 10 shots that he saved. It was one of those, I think, certain goalkeepers, like they just like play out their skins when we're up against us, which is understandable. We are like, every kind of champion, aren't we? European, domestic, you know what I mean? Like, if we were in the World Club, I'm sure we'd have won that as well. But yeah, I'm sure teams just like, not necessarily all the team, but especially goalkeepers just seem to up their game when they play us. But as you can see, there was no real threat from Real Sociedad, only one shot on target. But it would have been nice if we'd like made things a little bit more like, comfortable. I think, it would have been better. But yeah, 2-0, it's an away win. Hey, all we need to do is get through in the group. It doesn't necessarily have to be pretty. So some other results, as you can see, Juventus, a bit of a tough, only 2-1 against Zlut there, and they were at home as well. So yeah, interesting one. All the goals, as you can see, were very, very close together, weren't they? It was a little bit of a mad spell, wasn't it? In like sort of like a sort of a 3-4 minute like sort of period. That was, as it is, very bizarre. But there we are. Celtic, though, great start for them with an RB Leipzig win. Nice to see them doing well. We got Copenhagen beating Vitesse. We got Borussia Mönchengladbach getting a good result there against Fenerbahce. PSG, we'd expect them to win. They've got a 2-0 result. Sporting, maybe that's a shock, not sure. Napoli, yeah, you'd just maybe tip them to be like, favourites in that group, but not started off particularly well, considering also in that group Bayer Leverkusen getting a great win. So Sporting and Bayer Leverkusen maybe be looking favourites to go through. It's only one game in, but who knows, like. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I hope to see you on the next episode. And this is Dave from Mumongu. Stay safe out there, guys, by the way. Signing off. Cheers.